small shop owner has bought in the Santa or in any light bazaar.
एक ही जगह पे मिलके those type of plastics are known as thermosetting plastics. Comparison, there are 3 types.
Up, down, right, left.
I am not inferior to anyone.
We are Clarus. We are top on the Everest. Congratulations.
I want to be a leader. Hi my dear sparrows, good afternoon to everyone. This is Srija Rani sparrow from Bellampalli, Adaptations district. Friends, I am very happy to meet you again in this platform. Okay, do you know friends, I have many interesting topics to teach you. Do you want to learn them? Okay, then come with me. So friends, let us see what we are going to learn. So let us move to the screen please. So friends, look at here. Now we are going to learn about habitat and pond habitat and about ecosystems, aloe vera adaptation and desert plants and animals adaptation and types of aquatic ecosystems and lichens. Friends, these are the topics now we are going to learn. Okay, so friends, first let me ask you some questions. Okay, answer me. What is habitat? I think you learned this in class 6th, right? Okay, let me give some examples for that. Okay friends, look at the screen once. Friends, I think you can able to see a pond, right? So what did you observe in the pond? There are some fishes swimming in the pond, yes? So friends, what you have to do is write some fishes or some animals or some plants which can survive in the pond, okay? Okay, now look at the picture. So what is, so we know that many plants like fishes, frogs, prawns and plants like lotus, lily, hydrilla can survive in the pond, right? So ponds are the habitats for them. So friends, for example, let us take a fish as an example. So if the fish can able to survive in the pond, we know that. If we take that fish to the land, can it able to survive its life? No, it's impossible, right? So we can say that pond is a habitat for the fish. Okay, let me take another example. For example, let us take crow. So the crow can prepare its nest on the tree. If we take that crow to the top of the Mount Everest, can it able to survive its life? No, it's not possible, right? So we can say that tree is a habitat for the crow. Friends, I think you got an idea about habitat, right? Okay, let us see clear definition of the habitat in the screen, please. Friends, these are some of the habitats here. There are desert habitat, forest habitat and tropical rainforest, seas and oceans and grasslands, mountains, tundra regions and rivers and lakes. These are all the habitats, friends. So look at here. So this is the definition of the habitat, that every animal has a habitat. We know that. And all organisms depend on the surroundings for their needs like food and water and also shelter. And the surroundings which meets the needs of a particular organism in the best manner is known as habitat. And in other words, the place where an animal or plant lives and grows is called as habitat. And a habitat is where an animal finds the food, water and shelter it needs to live. For example, a toucan's habitat is in the rainforest. So friends, I think you get a clear idea about habitat, right? So friends, okay, that's fine. So let us discuss about ecosystem. Friends, for example, let us take forest. Forest can be as a habitat and at the same time it is also called as ecosystem. Do you know how? Okay, let us discuss. Friends, do you know a great personality? He first coined the term ecosystem. So let us look at that. Friends, here the term was coined by A.G. Tansley. He used the term ecosystem in previously, and according to him, nature works as a system in which organisms and their communities are profoundly influenced by many non-living environments. Friends, look at these pictures. Here in the mountain there are many animals can survive, right? and there is an interdependence between each and every organism in the mountain, right. So, that is we call as ecosystem. Okay. So, that means there will be interdependence between each and every organism. So, that is nothing but ecosystem. For example, let us take forest. So, forest will become habitat because many animals can survive in the forest, right. And there will be, so one animal will depend on another animal for food. So, we can say that that is also as an ecosystem. Friends, you know, there will be different adaptations in ecosystems also. What are the adaptations? What's mean by different ecosystems? I think these many doubts may arise in your mind, right? So, friends, I am here to explain that, I am here to solve your doubts. So, I think you got our topic right. So, our topic is nothing but adaptations in different ecosystems. Okay. Now, let us learn about adaptations in different ecosystems. Friends, first let me clarify your doubt what is adaptation. Okay. So, let us take aloe vera as an example. Friends, I think girls pretty well know about aloe vera, right? Yes, it is a medicinal plant, and first let us look at the screen. So, here we can see the picture of aloe vera. Here this is aloe vera, and friends, let me introduce about aloe vera first. Aloe vera is an ornamental plant and they are generally called as xerophytes. Friends, do you know which plants are called as xerophytes? There is nothing but the plants which grow in desert places, they are known as xerophytes. Okay. And nowadays these kind of plants are used as gifts for birthday parties and other occasions also. Do you know that aloe vera is also using as a gift for birthday parties and any other occasions. But friends, now we are going to learn about what is the adaptation of the aloe vera. By listening this, I have two doubts. So, first thing is aloe vera can able to survive in the desert areas also. At the same time, it can able to survive in our region. But how can it possible? How can it survive in the desert areas? That's my first doubt. And second thing is, if you observe aloe vera, some throne-like structures can be seen in the aloe vera, right? So, but why the throne-like structures there in the aloe vera plant? So, this is my second doubt. So, let us clarify that doubts. Let us try to answer those doubts. Okay. Okay, first thing is it can able to survive in the desert areas. So, what might be the reason? Friends, there is a reason. I think you got that right. Yes, I know that you will get the answer because you are sparrows. Okay, so let us think about that. Okay. So, the aloe vera can able to survive in the desert areas because it can able to store water in its stem tissue. So, when there is a scarcity of water or when the aloe vera plant needs water, it will use the water which is stored in its tissue. So, that is why the aloe vera can able to survive in the desert areas also. Okay. So, this is the adaptation of the aloe vera. And second doubt is aloe vera have throne-like structures on its body. So, why the throne-like structures is there in the body of aloe vera? So, that is our second doubt, right? So, friends, that throne-like structures will help the aloe vera to minimize the water loss from the body of the aloe vera. So, that means it cuts the or it minimizes the water loss. Okay. Okay, friends, this is the adaptation of the aloe vera. I think you may get an idea about adaptation, right? Okay, let us see some more examples. Let us see some examples of desert plants and animals adaptation. Please look at the screen. So, friends, now let us discuss about desert plants and animals adaptation. Friends, here there are some animals like owl, camel, and some plants can be seen here, right? So, look at the next slide. So, friends, now let us learn about the adaptation of desert plants. Friends, if you observe these pictures, we can able to see some desert plants, right? And if you observe it keenly, we can see some throne-like structures in its body. And if you observe here, the plant doesn't have leaves, right? So, now let us learn about the adaptations of the desert plants. Friends, we know that desert is a place where there is no water available. That means there is a scarcity of water. But we also know that plants need water to survive its life because to prepare its foods, right? So, but how can it possible? The desert doesn't have water, right? So, what the plants can do? So, how can they survive? So, now we are going to learn that. So please look at the screen. So friends, these are some desert plants, and these plants store water in its trunk region. So that is why it can able to survive in the desert areas also. And friends, look at this. How do desert plants find water in desert? Friends, do you know that? We know that desert is a place where there is a scarcity of water. So we already learned that desert plants will store the water in its body or in the trunk region. But if there is no water, there is absence of storing, right? So there is no water in the desert. What the plants will do? It's amazing, right? What they can do? So let us answer that. So they will enlarge their roots up to great depths. If they can't find the water in the earth, at least they may find moisture, right? So they will utilize that moisture. That is why they can able to survive in the desert areas. So that is the adaptation of the desert plants. Do you got it? Okay. Friends, do you know interesting thing of a desert plant? So do you know about cactus? Yes, cactus is also a desert plant, but the cactus can able to survive in the Death Valley also. Do you know about Death Valley? It is nothing but it is also a desert. So that desert have high temperature. That means the temperature is very high in the desert. But the cactus can able to survive in the desert also. But what might be the reason? Okay, let us answer that. So the cactus will enlarge its roots up to great depths. So it can able to take some moisture. Friends, if you observe the cactus, it doesn't have leaves. So there is absence of leaves. So the transportation of gases will cut to minimum, right? And another thing is, it have spores or thorn-like structures on its body. So that is why the transportation does not take place. So that is the reason that a cactus can able to survive in the Death Valley also. Friends, I think you get an idea about desert plants adaptation, right? Okay, let us learn about desert animals adaptation. Friends, by hearing the word desert animals, one animal will come to our mind, right? So what's that animal? Okay, that's camel. Camel is a sheep of the desert, right? Okay, now let us learn about camel. So friends, look at this slide. So this is the sheep of the desert, and what might be the adaptation of this camel, friends? Okay, let us learn that. So in the hump stores fat for later use. Do you know, friends, here this is the hump region in the camel. So it stores food or fat for later use. And friends, do you know another interesting thing? The camel has huge stomach. So in its stomach, it will store food and water. So when the camel needs food, it bring back that food to its mouth and it will chew again and it send back to the stomach. And the second thing is, it have long eyelashes. The eyelashes protect its eyes from the sand. We know that the desert is full of sand, right? So the eyelashes protect its eyes from that sand. And another thing is, nostrils closes voluntarily to protect from blowing sand. Do you know that? So this is an interesting thing of camel, right? Okay, another thing is, it have long legs. So that long legs keeps the body away from the hot ground. So friends, these are the adaptations of the camel. Okay, so now let us learn about some more adaptations of the desert animals. Do you know about sidewinder snake? Okay friends, let us discuss about the adaptations of the sidewinder snake. Okay, so look at this, friends. So this is the sidewinder snake. So do you know what is the adaptation of the sidewinder snake? So the snake press small amount of its body against the hot sand. This helps it to keep itself cool. So that is the technique this snake will use to protect itself from the hot sand. So friends, if you look at this picture, this is nothing but kangaroo rat. So what's the adaptation of this kangaroo rat? So its body synthesizes little water in the process of digestion. So that is the reason it can able to survive its whole life Friends, listen, its whole life without water. Do you know that it can able to survive its whole life without water because its body synthesize little amount of water, so in the process of digestion. So that is the reason it can able to survive its whole life without water. Do you got it? Okay, I think you get an idea about adaptation, right? Okay friends, let us see a clear definition of the adaptation. So friends, look at the screen once. So the organisms in nature create suitable situations around them on the basis of their needs. So this is known as adaptation. Okay. Okay, let me explain that. First, we take an example, that is aloe vera, right? So the aloe vera created suitable conditions around it to survive in the desert areas. Coming to the camel is also created suitable conditions around it, like it stores food in its stomach and it stores fat in its hump region, and it has long eyelashes. So like that, it created suitable conditions around itself. So that means it's adapting that conditions. That is nothing but adaptation. Organisms in nature will create suitable conditions around them on the basis of their needs. So that is nothing but adaptation. Friends, let me give a live example for that. Friends, we know that according to the months, the seasons will change, right? So in all the seasons, we can able to survive. In all the seasons, we are surviving or not. Now it is winter season, we are using sweaters or we are doing something to make our body hot, right? So that means we are creating suitable conditions around us. So that is nothing but adaptation, friends. Very simple now. I think you get it, right? Okay, for what's our topic first? Adaptations in different ecosystems. Now we learn about adaptations, but what about different ecosystems? Now let us learn about different ecosystems. I think you learned this in class 8th, right? Okay, let us learn now. So friends, look at this slide. So the ecosystem is classified into natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. And friends, natural ecosystem is again classified into terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems. And again the terrestrial ecosystem is classified into grassland ecosystem, forest ecosystem and desert ecosystem. So friends, keep them aside. Now let us look at the aquatic ecosystems. Aquatic ecosystem is classified into marine water ecosystem and freshwater ecosystem. Okay. Now let us learn about the aquatic ecosystems and what are the water bodies in the aquatic ecosystems. Okay. So look at this slide, friends. So here there are types of aquatic ecosystems. Here first one is freshwater ecosystem. And what are the water bodies in the freshwater ecosystem, friends? Standing water like lakes, ponds and moving water like rivers, streams. So these are the water bodies in the freshwater ecosystem. So next one is marine water ecosystem. So let us learn what are the water bodies in the marine water ecosystem. They are nothing but shorelines, barrier islands, coral reefs and open oceans, and simple examples like oceans and seas are the examples of the marine water ecosystem, right? Okay friends, but I had a doubt. Why the aquatic ecosystem is classified into fresh and marine water? What is the reason why we want to classify them as fresh and marine? Okay friends, let us discuss about that. In the marine water ecosystem, the salt concentration is very high and compared to the freshwater ecosystem. Comes to the freshwater, the salt concentration is low than the marine water ecosystem. Okay, that is why we classified aquatic ecosystem into freshwater ecosystem and marine water ecosystem. Friends, do you get it? Okay, now let us learn about marine life or marine water ecosystem. Friends, do you know an interesting thing? When our earth is organized, in those days there is no rains, there is no water at all in the earth. So after million of years it starts raining. So in those days we doesn't born, right? Before the human beings, some animals was born on the earth. So along with the rainwater, those animals was moved from the surface, from the land to the, along with the water to the oceans. So they created, so those animals created suitable conditions around them to live in the water or in the oceans. Okay, so let us learn what are the adaptations of those animals and what is secret in swimming. So friends, we can't swim like the fishes, right? So let us learn what is the secret in swimming. Okay friends, let us grab that secret, let us reveal that secret. Okay friends, we know that swimming is a fundamental characteristic of the aquatic animals or the marine life, right? So some fishes may be air breathing surface dwellers like us. They are air breathing surface dwellers like us. So for example, seals and blue whales, they will dive up a mile into great depths. They will swim there. So what's the reason? How can they swim? Friends, let us learn that. Okay. So first let us take seal. Okay. Seal will dive up a mile and come back to the surface, and it takes the oxygen in the which is in the air, and it again goes back to the water, and it will swim in the water, right? Okay. So but what might be the reason for that? Friends, do you know interesting thing about seal? So instead of fighting with pressure, they let it collapse its lungs completely. So some little amount of oxygen which is remain in its lungs, that oxygen will used by the seal. So friends, look at the screen once. So here this is the seal, and this, instead of fighting with pressure, they let it collapse their lungs completely, and some oxygen will remain in their lungs, but they mostly stores it in their muscles, and where it is needed, their muscle tissue contains much higher concentration of oxygen binding chemicals than ours. So that is the reason, friends. Do you got it? Do you get the secret of the seal? So it will collapse its lungs. So by that, the oxygen which is remained in their lungs, that oxygen will later used by the seal. Friends, there is one more advantage for the seal by collapsing its lungs, you know. So what's that advantage? Friends, by collapsing the lungs, the seal can become heavier than the water. So it will sink. So it will go to the great depths with effortlessly. That doesn't have flap flippers all the way. So it will easily move to the great depths. After reaching the depths, it will climb back to the surface by using all its efforts. It will climb back to the surface, and it will take the oxygen which is in the surface, and it again come back to the water. As usually, it will swim in the water, and it will survive in the water in this way. Friends, blue whales also share the same secret of the seal. Friends, but all the animal doesn't share this same secret, right? Okay, let us learn about another adaptation of another fish. Friends, do you know that some fishes also have lung-like swim bladders? Okay, they doesn't collapse that swim bladders in the great depths, because if it collapses, the bladder will swell greatly, because the external pressure and the internal pressure will become equal. So the bladder will swell greatly, and it will stick to the mouth of that animal. So it will die. So that is the reason it doesn't collapse in the great depths. So this is also one type of adaptation of the marine life or the marine animals. Okay, we know that some mobile animals like fish can able to take the oxygen which is mixed with the water through its gills, right? And some common animals like earthworms, they will take the oxygen through the skin, right? We know that. So like this, different animals have different adaptations. There is diverse in the adaptations, friends. Okay. So friends, do you know another interesting thing? According to the light, according to the animals which live in that zone, according to the temperature, the marine life or oceans was divided into certain zones. So let us see what are the zones. Okay. So friends, look at the screen please. So friends, if you look at here, these are the oceanic zones. The first zone is aphotic zone, okay, and the second zone is bathyal zone. This is the bathyal zone, and the final one is a abyssal zone, okay. So friends, let us see what are the conditions in these zones. If we learn them, we will get a clear idea about the adaptations of these animals, okay. So first zone is aphotic zone, right. So now let us learn about the aphotic zone. So what about the light in the aphotic zone? If you look here, see this aphotic zone, it is brightly lit, right? So the sunlight directly fall in this zone. So this zone is brightly lit. And coming to the temperature, it is up to 30 degrees Celsius, okay? And coming to the depth of this zone, here the depth is 0 to 200 meters, okay? Do you get it? Now friends, let us see what are the plants and animals can survive in this zone, okay? There are planktons, phycelia and dolphins, flying fish, green turtles. So these are the flora and fauna. That means that is nothing but plants and animals will survive in this zone. Friends, do you know another thing? These plants and animals can able to survive in this zone only because they adapted to this zone, they adapted to the conditions of this zone. So they can able to survive in this zone only. So coming to the second zone, it is bathyal zone. So friends, what about the light in this bathyal zone? It is dimly lit, okay? It is dimly lit. And what about the temperature? It is 4 degrees Celsius to 39 degrees Celsius. Do you get it? Okay, let us see the depth. So the depth is up to 200 meters to 2000 meters. So friends, what are the plants and animals can survive in this zone? There are whales, lanternfish, red-brown kelps and fishes, squids, octopus, sponges. So these are the animals and plants can able to survive in this zone. Friends, coming to the final zone, it is abyssal zone. If you look at here, so this is the abyssal zone and it is totally dark, friends. The sunlight doesn't pass to this zone, so it is totally dark. And coming to the temperature here, it is 2 degrees Celsius to 3 degrees Celsius. And coming to the depth, it is 2000 meters to 6000 meters, okay? And friends, coming to the plants and animals, the animals like brittle star, anglerfish and tripod fish can able to survive in this zone, okay? Do you get an idea? Friends, if you doesn't catch me, look at into your textbook. So that by that you can able to understand what I am teaching, okay? Friends, now I want to explain you something about these zones. The first zone is aphotic zone, right? So let us learn some more about this aphotic zone, okay? Friends, do you know the animals which live in this aphotic zone are mostly floaters and swimmers. We can able to observe some fishes were swimming in the zone, right? They will float on the water. So we can say that. So there are some of the animals are floaters and swimmers in this zone. Okay, do you get it? And friends, the eye vision is sharp of the animals in this zone. The animals which live in this zone, the animals have great eye vision. Okay, and friends, mostly they have shiny bodies. The animals which live in this first zone have shiny bodies. Okay, do you get it? Okay. Friends, do you know one thing? What are the plants can grow in this zone? So look at this. So there are coral colonies. These type of beautiful coral colonies can able to survive in the aphotic zone, and they can also survive in the bathyal zone also. And some plants like algae, sea grasses, diatoms. So these are also can able to survive in the first zone. What's that? Yes, aphotic zone. Okay, friends. So let us see about the second zone, that is bathyal zone. Okay. So friends, once move to the slide. So friends, look at here. What's this? Yes, this is a ray fish. So it has a flat body, right? And do you observe its eyes? It is big. It have big eyes sensitive to very dim light, right? So friends, all the animals which live in this bathyal zone will share the same secret. This animal will live in the bathyal zone. Okay, do you get it? Okay. Let us learn about the abyssal zone, the final zone, which is okay. Now let us learn about the adaptation of this abyssal zone according to the light penetration. Friends, do you know one thing? This final